Listening is the ability to accurately receive and interpret messages in the communication process, and it is the key to all effective communication. Without the ability to listen effectively, messages are easily misunderstood. As a result, communication breaks down, and the sender of the message can easily become frustrated or irritated. Listening requires focus and concentrated effort, both mental and sometimes physical. Listening means paying attention not only to the story, but how it is told, the use of language and voice, and how the other person uses his or her body. In other words, it means being aware of both verbal and nonverbal messages. Your ability to listen effectively depends on the degree to which you perceive and understand these messages. I recently took the time to listen to one of my teammates talk about an injury that she's been struggling with for a long time. I knew that she's been very frustrated with her back due to previous conversations, but recently she has appeared to be even more frustrated. Each day at the start of practice, her face has been very solemn, and she has looked very sad. I asked her if she wanted to talk about her back, and right away, she told me that she feels like she is making no progress. When I asked her about how her rehabilitation was coming and how her back was feeling in general, she seemed very defeated. She told me how it does not feel like it is getting any better, and she still is not able to participate in practice. She wants to be able to help out our team, but she knows she cannot do this if her back continues to feel this way. The person that I chose to address is a 20-year-old female on my basketball team. I have known this girl for about 8 years, as I have been teammates with her on previous basketball teams before we both came to Concordia. I normally communicate with this person in face-to-face conversation, as I see her every single day for practice. I occasionally text her or Snapchat her when we have questions about practice or we are meeting up for meals, but it is much more common for me to talk to her in person. I consider this girl to be a good friend of mine. I've had this friendship with her for a long time, and I do trust her, but I don't consider her one of my best friends. I believe that I used several good listening skills while talking to her about her back injury. I faced her the entire time, and I maintained eye contact as it was appropriate. This was important so that she knew I was actually listening to her and not distracted by other things, such as my phone or other people in the gym. I also was attentive to everything she said, but was relaxed about it as well. I kept an open mind throughout the conversation, not casting any judgments on her or her situation. I let her talk without interruption, and I did not give her my advice unless she specifically asked for it. I waited for her to pause before I asked any clarifying questions to make sure that I did not interrupt her. These questions that I asked were only to help ensure understanding, as well as in order to prevent shifting away topics that weren't her injury. I tried to put myself in her shoes in order to feel what she was feeling, and I gave her regular feedback by reflecting her emotions. One last important part of active listening that I used throughout this conversation was paying attention to her nonverbal cues, as the verbal words only convey a fraction of the message. My teammate's reaction to being truly listened to was grateful. No one has taken the time to ask her how she has really been feeling. Instead, people only focus on her injury. She was not expecting anyone to ask, and the fact that I listened attentively showed that I actually cared. She appeared vulnerable, as this injury has really taken a toll on her morale, but she opened up to me and let me know how she has really been feeling. She was bitter about the injury herself, but was comfortable talking to me and was delighted that I asked. In this situation, listening worked very well. My teammate verbally told me how much better she felt after simply being able to express her feelings, frustrations, and true emotions that she is having because of this injury. The outcome of this listening experience turned out even better than I thought it would, as my teammate thanked me multiple times for taking the time out of my day to listen to her. She appeared relieved and felt as though someone finally understood her situation. In conclusion, listening is a very important skill to obtain. Without having good listening skills, messages are often misunderstood. People with good listening skills make the speaker feel comfortable, and that what they are saying is truly valued. Listening is an integral piece of effective communication in the world today, and everyone should learn how to do it in the best way possible.